Hey there gamers, probably Senpai here, and today we're going to be discussing the Dreamers Unite Dreamsnap Challenge. Now, so many of you guys requested a guide or some tips and tricks for this particular Dreamsnap Challenge, and I'm really sorry I'm getting this video out so late. I know there's only a couple of days left in the challenge, but with that said, I have a ton of YouTube content planned for you guys this week and moving forward, so stay tuned for a lot more. For now, let's dive into the Dreamers Unite Challenge. I feel like it's important to start by saying this: your rank and score in Dreamsnaps is not everything. So far, personally, I've managed to get some amazing ranks and a ton of moonstones. But to me, the biggest reward of all was having a photo that I loved and was proud of. So whenever you snap and submit that Dreamsnap, make sure you save that picture to your device. Because the rank, score, moonstones, and points and all that, yeah, it's nice, but in my opinion, the real prize is the opportunity to be pushed out of your comfort zone and to create a photo you are truly proud of. And that's what I'm striving to help you do in this video. Now, before we dive into Dreamers Unite, I'd like to mention that I am a small full-time content creator, so pressing that like button can make a huge difference for me. Also, consider subscribing for more Disney Dreamlight Valley and gaming content. If you'd like to pick my brain or share your dream snaps with me and our wonderful community, I'd encourage you to join our Discord. And you can catch me live Monday through Friday on my Twitch channel. I'll leave the links for Twitch and Discord in the video description down below. And with that, let's dive into this week's challenge. So this challenge, as of the time of recording, has 43 hours and 30 minutes left. It's called Dreamers Unite, and it is a decor challenge. The description is as follows: it takes a village to make something great. Celebrate what makes your valley unique with the Disney Dreamlight Valley community in this Dreamsnap challenge. Now, before we get into the mandatory and suggested requirements of this Dreamsnap, let's discuss why so many people wanted some tips and tricks for this challenge in particular. The reason for that is that this is the first vague challenge we've had so far. If you think about it, all the challenges had a theme: the Dreamlight Ball, the ocean views, earth and air, fire and water. Dreamsnaps has always given us a very precise theme to work with. However, for this challenge, it's asking you to celebrate what makes your valley unique, which could be anything. And I think that's why people are feeling a little stuck, because you could go in any direction with this challenge. Of course, considering you would have to use the mandatory items, but we'll get into that in a minute. With so many ways to approach this particular challenge, I'm going to be including a list of ideas for anybody out there feeling stuck on which direction to head into. Hopefully, by the end of this video, you'll feel confident with the Dreamsnap you've already submitted, or maybe you'll find the confidence to create that Dreamsnap and submit it. So before we get into all the different ideas we can run with here, let's discuss the mandatory and suggested requirements. This week's Dreamsnap challenge will require 3 modern and 5 playful decor items in order to be submitted. Now, here is a fun fact with modern and playful items. An incredible amount of decor in this game actually carries these traits. For example, if we go into our furniture selection menu and we select all, and then we select our filters and we choose playful, and then go back, you'll see that there's so much to work with here, and a lot of different things that you probably already have placed throughout your valley. There's honestly a ton to work with. Even if you are a new player, you should definitely have enough playful items and modern items to be able to submit for this challenge and make a cohesive, beautiful Dreamsnap. I mean, just look at all these different things that you could utilize here. There's so much with the Playful Tag. Like, that is so much stuff. Now, if we select the Modern tab and go back to all, there's still a lot of things here, and many of these items actually have both traits, but I wanted to activate the filter separately for both Modern and Playful, so you can get an idea of what is fitting into what category and just how many things you have to work with in each category. And honestly, it is a lot. Like I said, there's a lot to work with here. Now, aside from the mandatory selection here, there is also the suggested selection. And I think it's really interesting that it says Disney and lavish. And what's interesting about that is Disney is not actually a trait or a style like most of the suggestions and mandatory items we've had in the past. The Disney option is actually under the filter under the section Universe. So let's see what fits into this Disney category. Once we select Disney and head back, you're gonna find something pretty interesting. So this is under all. This is all that I have in my inventory that actually has the Disney tag. So those are the only items that are coming up with the Disney tag, and it seems to be things related to the Disney theme park. In fact, there is really only one item on here that is not a theme park item, and it is the Princess Room Divider Shelf. Now, this does not mean you have to take your photo submission in your theme park area. I just wanted to point this out because, like I said, I find this to be very interesting. Now, of course, this does not mean you have to take your Dreamsnap submission in your theme park. I just found it really interesting that one of the suggested tags was Disney, and the only items really pertaining to Disney are these and a few others. Anyway, like I said earlier, the absolute most important thing for any Dreamsnap competition is to make something that you're proud of, something that you wanted to create. Because then, regardless of rank, regardless of score, you win. As long as you save that Dreamsnap and don't forget to save it. So like, right when you submit your Dreamsnap, as soon as you submit, you'll still have an option to save it. Just save it to your device, because if you make a Dreamsnap you're proud of and then you don't save it, after the Dreamsnap competition ends, that Dreamsnap is gone. It's gone forever. So just make sure you save them so you can share them with friends. You can share them in our Discord server. You can share them wherever you want. But part of the fun of Dreamsnaps is making these beautiful photos and having something that you can hold on to. Anyway, with that said, let's move on. So one of the first and most obvious directions you can take with this particular challenge is choosing an area that you are very fond of, maybe very proud of, that does make your valley unique. After all, that's what they want us to highlight in this challenge. Thanks to the fact that so many items in the game have the playful and modern traits. In fact, if I were to just run around my valley and then open up my camera and just snap a picture in certain areas and then hit submit, I mean, look at that. That's all 3 modern, and that's double the amount of playful that I need. And I didn't even touch this area. This is just an area that exists within my valley. Now, that's not going to be the case for all of your areas. So what if you have an area that you're really proud of and it just doesn't fit the requirements? Like, you come over here, let's say I wanted to take it here in my plaza, and I open my camera and I like this little angle here and I snap my photo and then I hit show Dreamsnap and there's 0 of 3 modern and only 2 of 5 playful. So how can I fix that and still capture this exact same photo? Well, the truth is it's not going to be the exact same, but we can make some small alterations. So if we need 3 of each, we can actually just turn on the filters for both. And before you tell me there's a toggle right here, I know there is, but it doesn't tell you the stop point, so I always just use the filters. So we're going to select playful and modern, and then we go back. So I only need to drop 3 things here that fit playful and modern, and then I can snap my photo here. Now, if my goal isn't to transform the photo too much and I still want to be able to submit it, I can look for little things like the jar lamp or the caution cone or the night light. Finding smaller items that you could slip into the photo while still keeping it the exact same look that you want, allowing you to submit that photo, is one of the approaches you could take. Also, don't forget, you can buy stuff from Scrooge. You can get 25 items a day. You might say, oh my God, this little cactus would look great in my Dreamsnap, but I only have 1. That's okay. Just go see Scrooge. You can buy up to 25 a day. I doubt you're going to need 25 cactuses. You know what? Forget it. Anyway, we're going to add a few things to this photo in order to submit it. Speaking of the cactus, we're just going to grab one of these little guys, and I'm actually going to hide it. Like, I'm going to put it back here. Like, you shouldn't even see this in the photo. We're going to put 1 here. We're going to put 1 here. And then I'm also going to grab the jar lamp, and we're going to put that right there. That's 3 playful and modern items right there. So if I come right here just like I was, and then I snap my photo and I hit submit, now it meets the requirements, right? You can't even tell I put that stuff there. I mean, well, whoa, why does my character look... Okay, bro, he needs to lay off the Zaza, if you know what I mean. My man's looking extra faded right now. All right, yeah, just ignore the way he looks for a second. Okay, so as you can see, we now meet the requirements for modern and playful, even though those items I put down can't be seen. Now, I'm not saying you want to always hide the required items, but since this particular challenge is an open-ended theme, to just highlight what makes your valley unique and what you're proud of, you do not need to make the modern and playful items at the very forefront of everything. It doesn't have to be about the items. The challenge itself specified to show what makes your valley unique. Your picture's not gonna be unique if you're using the same 8 items that everyone else is using. Then again, maybe it will be. I don't know, maybe you're an amazing artist, so, just do what you're comfortable with. If you want to highlight modern and playful, highlight modern and playful. If you want to show off something beautiful in your valley, show off something beautiful in your valley. And if it doesn't let you submit it, then just hide some modern and playful items in the background. That way you can submit the photo you want without transforming the photo. Just make sure those items are lined up in the frame. They have to be lined up in the frame. You can't have them like off on the edge. They have to be in the frame itself. Okay, so that was our first idea, taking a photo of an area that you already have, that you're proud of, that you feel makes your valley unique. However, one of the main reasons this particular tips and tricks video was requested so much was because many of the players I talked to said they have not decorated their valley and they feel like they're not too good at decorating, so they're feeling overwhelmed with the challenge. So now, instead of talking about taking a photo of something that's already there, something you're proud of, instead, let's talk about creating a scene from scratch. Now, when it comes to creating a scene from scratch, you have 2 primary options. You can either do one outdoor, out among your valley, or you can do one indoors. For this particular challenge, we're showing what makes our valley unique, so I feel like going the outdoor route is a little bit better. Then again, your house is a part of your valley, and if your house, the interior, if that's what makes your valley unique, then so be it. Do what you're comfortable with. But let's discuss building an outdoor scene with the furniture options available to us. Now, unfortunately, there is no way for me to know exactly what furniture you have unlocked and available to you. So what I'd recommend is going into your furniture menu and just utilizing what you know fits the tags. Remember, you don't have to have both the modern and playful tag on at the same time. You could choose 5 playful items and then you could choose 3 modern items. If you want to go that route, just make sure you actually use the filter option here. Because when you select this little Dreamsnap toggle, it's going to show things with both modern and playful first. And then also under the all category, it's still going to show things that aren't modern or playful if you scroll down far enough. So you might get kind of lost on like, well, is this crate modern and playful? Because I have the toggle on and it's still here. The toggle just moves things to the top that fit the requirements. And like I said, you don't have to use items that are both modern and playful. You could go for putting down 3 modern items, and then you can go for putting down 5 playful items. Because of course, when the toggle is on, the very first thing we see is the game machine, the coin-op game machine. We see a lot of the Wreck-It Ralph stuff. And I feel like because of that, we're gonna see, when we vote on these submissions, I feel like we're gonna see so many arcades, because that's the first thing that pops up when you use that toggle. Now, I'm not saying don't make an arcade. An arcade would be the perfect thing to make because it's gonna hit those requirements so easily. And you can make a really cool arcade if you wanted to. But if you don't wanna make an arcade and you don't have the machines, do not fear. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use our filters. We're gonna go in and we're gonna set playful, and then we're gonna go back. So now that we have one filter on, and it's the playful filter, everything you see here, everything under all is considered playful. So all of these things are considered playful. So take into consideration what you have access to. If you see something that stands out to you and you're like, ooh, I'd love to build around that. Maybe you want to build an arcade like we were just saying, and you want to make it like retro and like cool and futuristic. You could be like, oh, the Space Ranger suit would look good. Let me just drop that here. So go through and drop down everything that you think is going to fit that theme. You don't have to keep that stuff out. Just drop it down so you know what you're working with. Once you get enough stuff down, that's when you can start moving things around and finding out what sticks and what doesn't stick. Don't be afraid to reject certain items, to put them back away, to end up deciding not to use them, and just move things around and arrange them until you say, yeah, that's a really cool scene that we just put together. You don't have to be a creative genius to make a cool scene in Disney Dreamlight Valley. There are so many amazing things to utilize, and the game itself is beautiful. So playing on that beauty, playing on the lighting, using different pathing, even going into your landscaping menu and putting up some grass and bushes and stuff in certain situations can just be a real great way to elevate your photo. Now, I know the stuff I put down, you're like, Simbai, that looks like crap. I know, this isn't my submission, okay? And I'm also not just building an entire Dreamsnap for you today, I'm just trying to give you ideas. So this part of the video today was about making your own scene because you haven't decorated yet. And the takeaway from everything I just said is to use your filters, drop items, anything that you think would look good. Don't be afraid to put down 40 or more items and then start playing with them. Move them around, shift things, try them in different biomes, try them on top of different pathing, place extra lighting. Once you play with the decor enough, you will find a scene that just works for you. It'll be like an aha moment. You'll have a moment where you just say, yes, this is it. And like I said, as long as you're proud of your Dreamsnap, it's a victory, because the best prize is the photo we save from the Dreamsnap and the experience we get sharing that with our friends. Now, if you would like me to elaborate on creating a scene or building a Dreamsnap from scratch, I'm actually gonna do another full tips and tricks guide to Dreamsnaps later this week. We're gonna discuss lighting, placement, angles, the photo mode, everything that I know about the way Dreamlight Valley works with decor and outfit design. I'm gonna pass all of that along to you guys. So if you'd like to see that video later, be sure to hit the subscribe button. For now, we're just gonna be discussing, like I said, today's video is only focused on discussing different ideas for this particular challenge. So my first recommendation was taking a picture of an area in your valley that you're proud of, an area that's already established, and if it doesn't meet the requirements, you can sneak in some of the mandatory items. The second proposal was creating a scene from scratch. Just in case you don't have anything in your valley that you feel like would fit to make your valley unique, or there's nothing that you've created that you're super proud of, and making a scene from scratch, you might end up loving that spot and keeping that in your valley forever. You won't know until you try. When it comes to creating an area from scratch, my best advice would be to focus on one of your favorite parts of the valley, maybe your favorite biome, maybe it's the Forgotten Lands, maybe it's Sunlit Plateau. But the more investment and energy you have about that actual concept, I believe the better the Dreamsnap will turn out. So it's perfect that Stitch just walked up, because this brings us to our next recommendation, which is focus on building a Dreamsnap that highlights your relationship with your favorite villager. After all, our relationships with our villagers is something that makes our valley unique. For example, maybe you love Eric and you have a good relationship with him, but in my valley, Eric is unalived, so these relationships can differ from valley to valley. So creating a Dreamsnap with your favorite villager, I believe this is also what they featured in the actual Dreamsnap example. Now keep in mind, creating a photo with your favorite villager could actually fit into both the first and second recommendations as well. So if you have an area in your valley that you're really proud of, you can bring your favorite villager into that area and play to that somehow. Same with designing and building a unique area just for this challenge. Maybe Stitch is your favorite villager, and you know Stitch has this wonderful relationship with the beach, the ocean, the waves, so you could take a photo with Stitch and create this amazing beach scene. I have the Playful Tag on right now. We already have the two-headed torch, we have the Maui statue, we have this cute guitar, we have the coral ferns, we have the beadlet anemone, the Pixar ball, the bioluminescent palms, and even the surfboards. Under modern, you could use the tropical fruit bowl or the wicker bar stools, the disposable camera. There are so many things under Playful and Modern that could work very well for a beach scene, or many other scenes for that matter. What I'm getting at here is building a scene around your favorite villager and then featuring them in that photo could be a really good suggestion and a great way to motivate you to create an area. Think of it as I'm doing this for my boy Stitch. Also, maybe you can't pick just one villager and you want multiple villagers. Well, here's a quick little fun fact. If you stand anywhere in your valley and you open your camera, and you set your controller down and you walk away for a little bit, if you come back half an hour later or a little bit longer, there are going to be like 7 villagers in that photo. They literally cannot resist. And this is exactly why when you're trying to snap your dream snap, sometimes you keep getting photo bombed by your villagers. But yeah, if they see that camera on, they're coming. Anyway, using a villager is not your only option when it comes around building a scene around something, or should I say someone. Another thing you can feel free to utilize are the pets. I say this all the time. The pets are so great for dream snaps, and one of the best things to use is the little pet home. If you drop the cozy companion home right outside of your picture frame, or maybe you want it in the picture frame, that's fine too. You don't have to set it on the outside, but if you do, all those pets will end up going into the photo, and you can drop multiple homes and have more pets. Like, you could drop 4 of these homes and just have your picture flooded with animals, like just all the animals. You could be like a legit Disney princess sitting down in the Forest of Valor, as long as you hide the required item somewhere, and you can just have like, I don't know, like 100 different like little animals. Not really 100, but you know, if you place 5 cozy companion homes, that's 20 animals. You can have all the birds and all the foxes running around, and then you snap a picture and it's like this beautiful wilderness scene. So don't forget that you don't always have to go the villager route. You can also go the pet route, and you can, like, you know, hold the squirrel while you're just like surrounded by every other type of squirrel in the game. So that's another really fun idea. We'll elaborate more on that in my next Dream Snap tips and tricks video, the one that covers everything. Today we're focused on this challenge in particular. So we've discussed highlighting an area in your valley that you're already proud of. We've discussed creating an area from scratch. We've discussed using villagers. We've discussed using pets. Lastly, if none of that works for you and you just don't want to do the picture outside, you can always highlight a room in your house that you're proud of or happy with, as long as it hits those requirements. And remember, you can hide little items so you can hit those requirements. So showing off your favorite room is our 5th and final option. I would still recommend maybe bringing a villager in with you, but you really don't have to. Like I said, our homes can also make our valleys unique, and showing off what makes your valley unique is literally what this challenge is. So those are my primary suggestions when dealing with and approaching this particular challenge. Don't forget to play around a lot with your camera when you are taking your picture and trying to submit your challenge. And if you go into graphics, you can actually offset the time of day here. So you can make it early morning, you can make it noon so it's extremely bright and the sun's like right down, there's not a lot of shadows. You can make it sunset, that's where I have it on right now. I love keeping the game at sunset because I just love the way the sky looks at sunset. Don't be afraid to play with different camera angles and modes. And even if you've already fully decorated your area, if something isn't sparking joy with you, don't be afraid to shift things, move things. You can change things in your background, your foreground, your outfit, whatever you want to do. The main objective is to make something that you're proud of, that you're comfortable with. Don't get too caught up in trying to make something for everybody else. Make it for you, and you always win that way. Also, I've only had this camera open for like a minute. Look, there's already 3 villagers like photobombing me. Anyway, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope you found this helpful, and like I mentioned earlier in the video, if you're still looking for extra tips or tricks regarding dream snaps, I am working on a full tips and tricks guide that's going to share just about everything I know about dream snaps with you. So if you think that's worth a like and a subscribe, then hey, maybe you're right. Aside from the like and sub you just dropped on my channel, most of all, I would like to say thank you so much for your time today. I hope I see you soon in either our Twitch stream or our Discord. As always, thank you so much, and good luck on your Dream Snaps challenges.